everybody.
actually put it on the presentation.
Yeah, on the presentational test. Hello, everyone. It's the basement episode 6 or 7, I believe. People are,
Yep.
I've kind of lost count, but
We effed up last week because I was sickly.
so was Isaac. Don't worry about it.
Everyone was sickly last week, so we effed it up. But don't worry, we have a pretty big banger with the Vegas.
The Vegas
Informants.
day.
Yeah,
It's everything was in Vegas.
WWE, AEW, UFC,
The Super Bowl. The first ever Super Bowl in Vegas, I might add.
Jinx, you owe me 10 sodas. Fuck.
All right, but no, we'll get to the Chiefs last because that's like the biggest deal.
The Chiefs. I mean the Super Bowl.
Whatever.
Don't say the Chiefs are the biggest deal. It's the Super Bowl. A lot of people aren't happy the Chiefs won.
We'll get to it. But we were gonna make it Las Vegas theme, but
We don't set up.
we're still working
We're
things
okay
out.
at this, but we're bad at this.
We need to get it. It'll get better. Anyway, you go. Oh, yeah, the intro. All right, you go ahead and
We're
go
going to
first.
start off with what is Joe Piper versus Jack Hermanson UFC Fight Night.
And before you continue, not trying to rush you or anything, but I do have to work, so this will be a little faster than usual.
Is that so? What
at
time do you work?
5:30. 5:30. So I think
We got time.
we got plenty of time. So
I can work with 5:30. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see this absolute monster right here? This is Joe Piper. Joe has been knocking people out left, right, center. He is a beast of a man. But let me introduce you to Crafty Man Jack.
oh god.
Crafty Jack, let me point
Go
that
ahead,
out
go
of the
ahead.
way so you can real quick get a look. Humble Joey Boy. He's Crafty Jack. The points I'm going to be talking about today from the UFC Fight Night is Humble Joey, Crafty Jack. Dan Ige is maybe the best gatekeeper in all of the UFC. Best fight worst, and how many fucking fouls were in this fight night? Well, let's talk about it first. Jack Hermanson was the underdog. He was a big underdog coming into this fight. Actually, he might not have been a big underdog. I think it was a minus 300 underdog. So that was insane. And as the fight progressed, Joey got humbled. He got fraud checked. I can't say he got fraud checked because he is a power puncher. But Hermanson toughed it out. He's 35 years old. He got beat up throughout the whole game, throughout the whole fight. In the first round, in the second round, you saw Jack start to pick it up and show what was up. And then third, fourth, and fifth round, he humbled Joey. Joe Piper could not keep up with him because Jack's an experienced fighter. He's ranked number 11 in the middleweight division. He came in. You were there for the fight. You watched
Final fight, yeah.
that. You were there for this fight, and you kind of just watched. Joe just kind of gave up. Jack was just walking him down. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not think Jack was gonna win this fight. I thought that Jack Hermanson was gonna get knocked out in the first or second round. He did not, and he humbled Joe Piper, the saltiest fighter in the UFC. He humbled the saltiest fighter in the UFC. Sorry. And there's nothing against Joe. Joe's an amazing fighter, but he's so fucking salty. It's probably because he hangs out with all the salty guys. But moving on, let's talk about the co-main event. Is Dan Ige the best gatekeeper in all the UFC, across all divisions? Is he the best gatekeeper? He might be, because he's not high on the rankings. He's ranked 14, 15. But every time someone from the undercard who doesn't deserve to be above him shows up, he knocks them the fuck out. With no hesitation. Round one knockout. And straight flatlined Andre Fili in this round. It was bad. It was not a close fight. And Andre Fili, he just went super viral. And he's oh damn, I thought I was gonna be able to see the age of this gentleman. I don't know the age of Andre Fili. But Andre, he just went viral because he had a funny ass clip where they asked him, hey, do you like Harley Davidson motorcycles? Do you like fighting? What else do you like? And he had a quick inhale, and he said, I like big booty Latina. And that was it. And it was funny as hell, and he went viral for it.
That guy went viral, the guy who...
Yeah.
So
he
kind of
got knocked out.
So kind of like the guy who... What was his name?
did he do?
He took his pants off.
Derek, why'd you take your pants
There
off?
it is.
Because my balls was hard.
Yeah, that meme.
Derek Lewis is one of the funniest fighters in all.
He
the
did
UFC.
it again a couple months ago, but anyway.
His
get back
balls
to
was
it.
hot. He fucking hit a flying knee. That man's a monster.
Anyway, we
I
continue
can't
with
wait to
Tito.
talk about him again. Ihor Polteria, I think that's his name, Swedish fighter. He won a fight he wasn't supposed to win. He won a fight that he should not have won, but he, after a foul, which is going to be a leading cause throughout this whole night, there was at least like 10, 15 fouls throughout this night, which was stupid.
Yeah.
But Ihor Polteria wins by, I believe, a unanimous decision in the third fight of the main card, or the third to final fight of the main card, and it was impressive. Brad Tavares, I don't know if you don't know Brad Tavares, he fought Gregory Rodriguez, and this fight was not close. The whole main card, none of the fights I saw were close. None of them. It was a domination from the start to finish for most of these fights, except Crafty Man Jack. Crafty Man Jack, he lost the first round and the second round, and then he won the rest of the fight, which was amazing. Big congrats to Jack Hermanson. He's not a joke. Michael Johnson beats by unanimous decision Darius Flowers. And then two names I'm not even going to try to pronounce. The beginning of the main card, first round submission. I don't remember what submission. I think it was a top mount arm triangle. On to the preliminary card. I think it's time I name the best fight and the worst fight. Best fight, it's close. It's close with a lot of these fights, because a lot of these fights were really interesting. They're really entertaining. But I will give the best fight to, unsurprisingly, the main event. I'm going to give it to Jack Hermanson and Joe Pyfer, because that was a war. It was a war. It was a good fight. It was a close fight in the beginning, and then towards the end, Jack just took over. Worst fight goes to the opener of the prelims, Daniel Marcos versus another name I will not try to say. Go look it up if you want to know it, but it was the very first fight on the card. It ended in no contest when in the second round, not Marcos, but the guy who was fighting, jumped up into the air for, I don't know what he was doing. He jumped up into the air. By the way, within this fight, there were 4 fouls throughout the whole fight. 4 fouls. Both guys had been told, if you foul him, I'm taking points off. If you foul him, I'm taking points off. The ref had to tell both of these guys. He jumps up into the air, he gets kicked in the dick, and he could not continue from the dick kick.
No way.
I promise, it was some of the stupidest shit I've
Whenever someone gets hit in the balls, they usually can continue. Like, shake it off a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna let bro slide. Because he jumped into the air. He jumped into the kick.
No.
So, just imagine you're in the middle of a fight, you jump up to, knee somebody in the face, and you jump into a man's foot as he's, you're now a woman. You're now a woman.
We're not having kids when we get older.
So I can't give you an exact number. But the last thing I want to leave you with from this stupid fucking fight night was there was at least double-digit fouls throughout the whole night. Maybe got to 20. Not quite sure.
So, I have a quick question.
What's your question?
So, you know how we're rating the pay-per-views when they come up? For
Yes.
WWE, AEW, things like that.
Do you want me to rate this?
No, not this. I meant the UFC, 290s and stuff like that. Do you want to rate those?
Yes, of course. And to give you
300 is the one I'm going to rate with you because I want to watch that card with you because it's UFC 300.
I hope that you all. I hope if I'm actually able to be financially stable, or if someone in your family is financially stable, we can watch UFC 298, which is the next one coming up. And let's talk a little bit about the main card. We have Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Kopylov. This is the sneaky boys. These are the underrated fighters in the middleweight division. When you talk middleweight, you talk about Israel Adesanya, Sean Strickland now.
Yeah.
You talk about Robert Whitaker. You talk about now DDP. He's the current champion. You talk about those guys. But these two undercard guys are killers. They're absolute monsters. And now we get to see them fight, and I think it's going to be a very close fight. I'm not sure who's going to win. I'm not going to make my prediction. Actually, probably should. Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Kopylov. I'm going to give it to Kopylov because he's such a high-rated striker. And I know you don't know anything about either of them, but who's your pick? Anthony Hernandez. He's a submission. He's more of a grappler. He has some good hands. Or Roman Kopylov, who's a big striker. He's big. He's powerful.
The Roman dude.
Roman. All right. Now you might know at least one of these guys. Merab I can't say his fucking name. Merab. He's the friend of Aljamain Sterling.
I know Aljamain Sterling.
He's his best friend. He beat Merab beat Peter Yan. He's beaten everybody. Everybody who wasn't Aljamain, he beat him.
All right, and
he's fighting Triple C Henry Cejudo.
I got Henry Cejudo. I'm sorry.
You got Henry Cejudo.
I know we're not gonna. I just know him. I don't know who's better. Give me some stat lines. Maybe I'll switch.
I'm gonna pick. Well, I'll give you a win-loss record.
All right.
Because that's all I can really do here. Merab is 16-4, and Henry is 16-3.
Henry Cejudo.
And here, let me give you some more stats. Merab is 33. Henry is 37. So we're gonna see. But I definitely have my money on Merab. I think Merab is gonna Merab's a cardio demon. He outpaces people, and he just does it so well. He's just a monster. We have Jeff Neal versus Ian the Cuck Gary. So, I know you don't know why I called him Ian the Cuck. Ian is a upcoming fighter. He's 26 years old. He's very young. He's 13-0, and he's rising up the welterweight rankings. You know who Kamaru Usman is.
Yeah.
Kamaru Usman, right? Yeah. Usman was a demon. And you know what weight class he ruled over? The welterweight division. So, up until recently, there has been no question who runs welterweight, which was Usman. It didn't matter who you were in the welterweight division. Nobody gave a shit. Because you were gonna get to Usman and you were gonna die. Because nobody beat Usman.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards then hit the head kick of destiny. In the 5th round, he lost all the other rounds. He's like, this is it. His coach, he said, come on, Rocky. You gotta do something. That's his nickname. His nickname's Rocky. And Leon Rocky Edwards head kicked Kamaru Usman and took the belt off him. Then in a close fight with Usman, he won. He just recently beat up Colby Covington like the bitch he is. Fuck Colby Covington. Now, everyone's paying attention to welterweight again. And you have Ian Gary, who might be the next Conor McGregor, versus Jeff Neal, who has power in those hands. I know you don't know anything about these guys, but I'll give you reach, and I will give you age, and I will give you height. Age, Jeff Neal is 33, Ian Gary is 26. That's a significant age gap. Height, Jeff Neal is 5'9", Ian Gary is 6'2". That's another big height discrepancy. Reach, Jeff Neal has a 75-inch reach, and Ian Gary, this is where it comes interesting. He has a half-inch reach advantage, as Ian Gary is 74.5 inches. But that height's going to be a big thing.
Yeah, Ian Gary.
Ian Gary. I would like Jeff Neal to humble Ian Gary. I would love for him to humble Ian Gary, especially after Ian Gary's talked shit to Sean Strickland. He's talked shit to everybody. He says, fuck everybody. None of you are as good as me. I'd beat up any of you guys. You all suck. Fuck Ian Gary. I respect him as a fighter. He's a bitch of a man. I want Jeff Neal to win, but Ian Gary's very good. He's a very good striker. I think Ian Gary's going to pick him apart. My pick is Ian Gary by decision. He's not knocking Jeff Neal. Moving on to the fight I have a lot of stake in myself. My boy, my brother, my goat. Robert the Reaper Whitaker versus Paul. He actually is.
Oh my god, he pulls out of that too, dude?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think he is. But Robert just is coming off a knockout loss from DDP, the new middleweight champion. But here's what I have to say. Robert Whitaker has admitted that he believes that he beats DDP 9 times out of 10. But the reason he lost to Dricus is because he didn't realize how hungry Dreykus was. Dreykus wanted to be the champion with everything in his body. Robert, he believes he was on a high at that moment because he had just come off a very close fight with Izzy. So he's like, I'm the fucking champ. I just need to get another shot at Israel, and I beat him. What ended up happening was Robert got knocked out, and now he's coming back. Now, he was actually scheduled to fight Paulo a long time ago, but that fight got canceled because Paulo is the pull-out king. And now, we get this fight scheduled again. Do you want record? Do you want age? Do you want height?
Robert Whittaker.
Robert Whittaker.
That's what I'm going for. Don't give me anything else.
Okay.
I'm going Robert Whittaker.
I am also going to go Robert because that is my favorite fighter. I love Charles Oliveira. Charles is my second. Robert is my favorite fighter, period. Robert Whittaker is going to get this done either by decision or this is a bold pick for me. But I think Rob could TKO him.
Any other
Now-
fights? Oh, the last fight up there?
The main event.
All right.
Before we move on and we keep it going and we keep it quick, we're going to keep the next parts quick because, wrestling, we already know what's happened. If you want to go watch it, go rewatch it. There's a couple of big things. There's not too much. We're going to debate a little bit back and forth, but we still have an hour. So
Yeah, we got it now. We're good.
the next fight up is the most interesting in my opinion.
Go ahead.
Alexander the Great Volkanovski,
I know, man.
the man who is debatably the featherweight GOAT, versus Ilya the Matador Topuria. We have the Spaniard versus the GOAT. And I don't care what any of you people say. Alexander Volkanovski beat fucking Max Holloway debatably 3 times. He lost the second one. I love you, Alex. You lost the second fight to Max Holloway. But he's on paper beaten Max Blessed Holloway 3 fucking times, which is insane. Most people haven't beat Max once. Max is also, for those of you who are history buffs, Max is also the only man to go to decision with Conor McGregor. When Conor McGregor first got to the UFC, he was just knocking everybody the fuck out.
That's not happening anymore.
Dude, fucking insane. Which is wild. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, back then, that's a huge deal. Conor knocked out everybody.
Not anymore.
He did not knock out Max, though.
Isn't Conor at UFC 300 or planning to be?
No. So from what we hear from Dana, Conor McGregor is going to be coming back in the fall of this year,
Alright.
which is dumb.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Ilya is coming off win after win after win. He's undefeated. He's 14-0. Volk is coming off his first knockout loss. He just got knocked out for the first time. He is now put in a position where everyone thinks he's coming back too soon. He got knocked out, I think, 4 or 5 months ago, which is pretty quick. It's a pretty quick comeback. And he's 35. And here's a fun fact for you. Nobody 35 has won a title fight. From 170 and below, no one 35 has ever won a title fight at those weights. So now Alexander Volkanovski has to fight for a chance at not only at his title, to keep his title, but to make history again. People are thinking Ilya is going to knock him out. Ilya is a knockout monster. I'm going to give it to Volk by a drawn-out decision. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for my UFC takes. Woo-hoo. Hopefully we'll eventually get him more educated in the world of the UFC. But
I am going to watch UFC 300 with you. So.
you should start watching some of the fight nights with me.
I don't like the fight nights.
I know you don't, but there's a couple coming up that are really fucking good. But until we get to one of those really good, I'm not going to ask you to watch it.
Anyway, let's get to the next part here. Oh man,
Let's move this out of the way so you can all see
Just
the
start
Rock
the Rock district.
given the right hand of the people to Cody Rhodes. Slide this back.
All right. I think we should have started with AEW, but it's fine. We'll work it out.
Let's talk about WWE, shall we, folks?
All right, let's start with Monday Monday Night Raw. Should I look up this stuff, or should I go off of memory?
Just go off of memory because this one, it's all going to get overshadowed by this.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, let's start off with this. On Raw, let's just go with the first tag team match. I know there was like a 4-way tag team match, which DIY won. So they fought British Strong Style, right? Yeah, on SmackDown.
Super excited for that.
Do you not know who won?
Oh, no, yeah, I know. I don't know who won that.
Yeah,
you know me. I don't really watch.
I will let you know who won in a minute. We'll get to it. But, yeah, DIY will face British Strong Style, and that seems like right out of NXT. Like, that was the old NXT days that you used to love.
That is a huge match because, fun fact, I never got to see that. That was not a match in NXT because British Strong Style only reunited to fight, I think, Imperium, and then they all kind of dipped out.
But no, we'll come back to this in a minute. But this is the biggest one. So we'll go with what started off the night. Seth Rollins came out and said, "Cody Rhodes, come out here. We all want to hear your decision." Right? When he goes out there, he's about to give his decision. McIntyre comes out and says, "Cody, finish the damn story."
For his own reasons.
Yeah.
I actually know about this part.
He's like, "Cody, finish the damn story so I can finish mine," which was weird because I don't think he's going to fight, but we'll find out.
He wants to fight Seth, is what he's saying.
I know. We don't know. We'll get to that in a minute. The Elimination Chamber qualifying matches were made and all that.
Isn't he in that?
Yeah, I think he won. No, he's already in the qualifying. He's already qualified. He's in.
Yeah, I know, because they announced there was like AJ, him.
Oh, no, they have to qualify, though. But
Oh, okay, I thought they
but
were
him
just all
and
in
Orton,
it.
no, him and Orton are the only two who have qualified so far.
Okay.
So that's cool on that part.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
We're going to SmackDown now, or we still?
But we're still on Raw first. Okay. He headbutts Cody. Cool.
He headbutted Seth.
Seth, I'm stupid. He did headbutt Seth. He headbutted Seth. So then in a backstage segment later, Adam Pearce is like, "You can't be doing that. I'm going to fine you now." And then Rhea comes out. He's like, "What the hell is going on with my show?" You know what I mean? Like, what the hell, man? Come on. So he
Can't wait for Nick Aldis to be teasing.
So then he goes to stop Rhea. And he says, "Rhea, you want a match against Nia Jax? You get a match against Nia Jax in Perth, Australia." And then Nia Jax comes out and beats up Rhea. So Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley is set for the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. I'm so happy. I don't like Nia Jax.
I don't really know what else happened on Raw. Raw was kind of boring this week. Except for Cody. Cody's stuff was everything since last week's stuff went down. Cody.
Let's move on to SmackDown.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
I was going to finish with the main event. Where
Oh, okay.
the bull rope match, which was stupid. I don't know why we were having a bull rope match. But we had a bull rope match.
Yeah, bull rope match. Shinsuke versus Cody.
Cody beat Shinsuke and then got attacked by Drew. Okay, cool. We're good. We're not going to SmackDown yet. We're going to this press conference.
I thought the press conference was
Thursday.
after.
No, it was Thursday. And then SmackDown
Wasn't it?
was Friday, yeah. So we're going to this
ladies
press
and
conference
gentlemen,
right here.
I know we should end with this.
We should end with it.
Yeah, it was
But
the
no.
big thing.
Yeah, but then we'd have to go back and forth from SmackDown to this.
Did anything about this happen on SmackDown? Okay, well, again, this shows I don't watch SmackDown.
So let's just go with this real fast. So Bianca came out, said, "Oh, we don't care."
Nobody.
So, Rhea came out, and it was looking like, wait, we don't care, Rhea. Cool. Then Becky came out, though. And
Press conference?
at the press conference, yes. And I think Rhea and Becky are going to fight at WrestleMania for the title. That's where I see like they're going
I don't know. I
think that's the direction we're heading right now. But we don't know. But that's the direction I think we're heading. Rhea versus Becky. Which we've never seen. So that would be interesting because we've never seen this match before. But I don't know. And then we get to the finale of the whole thing. I'm going to kind of explain it here. Seth comes out and says, "Welcome, to Las Vegas," because everything's in fucking Vegas. Let's see. He's like, "All right, we all want to know an answer. Cody, come on out." Cody didn't come out. Roman came out. Roman said, you can shut up now. playing second fiddle, and I'm out here to tell you that Cody Rhodes cannot make his decision anymore because he was too late. So now I get to make the decision, and I choose The Rock. The Rock's music hits. The Rock comes out and says, all you Cody crybabies need to shut the hell up. And he basically says that. And he basically says, this match is so important to our family. And he puts up the family tree. He's like, this is super important. He's actually mentioned as the High Chief, and Roman Reigns is just his Roman Reigns. Did you know that? Roman Reigns is not the tribal chief. He's just Roman Reigns. And that The Rock is High Chief. And I'll get to that in a minute, but it seems like Roman's playing bitch to Rock.
I'm not going to talk about it.
All right. But, anyway, so The Rock says how good this is, and I think Daniel Garcia's in the family tree, because I saw Danny Garcia on the family tree.
What do you mean?
There was a name called Danny Garcia on the family
I don't
tree.
think Daniel Garcia
It's not. It's a joke. But there's a guy in their family called Dave. It's a joke. Anyway, but no. Then Cody comes out and says, this is bullshit. Right? He's like, this is bullshit. I won the Royal Rumble. He looks at Seth. I choose you. I choose you, Roman. And then Roman's like, go to the second table. You're not allowed here. This is done. You need to go. You need to go. And he's like, you're just embarrassing yourself and embarrassing your father. And he's like, oh, you want to talk about my family? How about I talk about your family? And then The Rock is like, oh, whoa. You talk about his family. You talk about my family. You talk about his ancestors. You're talking about my ancestors. And that means we got a problem.
Then
He slapped him.
He slapped him.
Turning Rock heel for the first time in I don't know how long. And then a little mini brawl broke out with Seth Rollins also involved in that little brawl, and everyone got separated, right? And then we hear CM Punk on commentary saying, if that was me, I would have knocked the shit out of The Rock. I would have beat the hell out of The Rock. I'm like, damn, CM Punk, calm down. CM Punk still hates The Rock from 2013, if y'all remember that.
Yep.
And The Rock actually looked at him like,
This motherfucker.
this motherfucker. Like, nah. But then they go backstage, and Triple H is talking. He's now going by Paul Triple H Levesque, by his actual name, basically. And The Rock basically says, fix it or I'm going to fix it. So let's go into SmackDown. What does Triple H do? He doesn't fix it. He says Cody will fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. That is a done deal. And if there are some people out there who don't like it, it doesn't matter if you don't like it.
Time to play the game.
Yeah, a lot of people are now saying these funny memes saying, "Oh no, The Rock is just going to fight Triple H. We don't want to see Rock Roman. We want to see Rock Triple H again." Like, no, shut your ass up. But anyway, SmackDown goes on, qualifying matches galore. Here's the interesting thing: Logan Paul will fight The Miz again in a qualifying match to qualify for the Chamber. How do you feel about that one?
Repeat?
Logan Paul versus The Miz again.
I don't give a shit.
All right. Anyway, next thing was British Strong Style versus DIY. DIY did not win. British Strong Style defeated DIY and will go to fight the Judgment Day in Perth, Australia, at the Elimination Chamber.
I love British Strong Style, but that makes me so sad because I love DIY.
Out of the room. Oh, and The Rock. So The Rock and Roman are going to be there next week on SmackDown. And that's all for WWE. All right, screw this.
It's interesting. It's weird because other than The Rock,
I couldn't really talk about anything else. The Rock really overshadowed this.
It's the same problem with everything in WWE, in my opinion. The main event is stacked. It's amazing. It's awesome. But there's just so few main eventers. There's 4, and I said this, and he I don't know if y'all agree with me. I don't even know if any of you watch WWE. But if you do, Roman, Rock, Cody, And then there's an interchangeable spot where you can put Drew or Gunther.
Oh, don't forget
or
Seth.
whoever you want. Oh, did I not say
Did
Seth?
not say Seth. That would be the 4.
Seth. Yeah.
Everybody at that press conference.
Then there's the 5th spot where they just interchange whoever the fuck they need.
And then, of course, CM Punk when he's healthy.
When he comes back, CM Punk will be in that 5th spot. So it will be no one else but those 5. Everyone will just feel like a jobber compared to those 5.
Yeah. All right. We got 2 images here. The Bucks in blood.
Let's
champions. We'll get.
Let's talk about both. Let's talk about first.
Well, let's start with the beginning of Dynamite first.
Okay.
Swerve Strickland fights Hangman Page for the 3rd time, and it goes to the time limit. And I told you that like halfway through the match, I'm like, I think it's gonna go to the time limit.
But you say that about a lot of matches, so I kind of
usually they don't.
I kind of ignored you. I'm not gonna lie. But when it went to the time limit, I can't say that I was surprised.
Yeah.
But I was interested about how they turned Hangman heel.
They kind of did, but why would you?
They
have a 3?
did though.
So it's a 3-way heel battle for the title.
No.
They're all heel.
Nope.
Or Hangman still face.
Nope.
Who's the face?
Swerve.
Swerve is not the face.
Remember how the Acclaimed were heel?
Yeah.
And then it was Scissor Me Daddy Ass, and they had to go face because they were too popular?
So Swerve's becoming too popular.
Whose house?
So that's the thing. Now, okay, let's go. Revolution has been set. Triple threat match.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe,
Hangman,
Newman, and
Swerve.
What do you think?
Hangman is going to screw Swerve out of the title.
I think you're right. I agree with
Swerve is going to be so close to winning the world title. We're all going to be like, whose house? Swerve's house. And he's about to win it.
And then
He's
he
about to hit
gets
the
buckshot or
Swerve top. He's about to hit, or maybe he does hit the Swerve stomp. And then all of a sudden,
that.
Buckshot Lariat, as he's getting ready to pin him, Joe gets up, locks fucking Hangman in the coquina clutch, or hits him with a muscle buster. 1, 2, 3. Or tap
Or not
out.
even tap, just
Lights go out, and Samoa Joe's still the world champion.
anyway, but that's
And then
that.
at Double or Nothing, we get to see the conclusion of Swerve versus Hangman.
I don't think we need to do that.
I think we need to finish it. I think we either need to give Hangman his win so he can be like, I beat you! Or we give Swerve a 3rd win and just kill it. Because then Swerve can say, I never have to fight you again.
Anyway, but next we can talk about, I don't remember all that happened.
The CMLL promotion,
that
if
match.
you know them, they're from Mexico. They're amazing luchadors. They did amazing. They had a great match against the Blackpool Combat Club. TBS, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Whatever you want to watch, go watch AEW. Currently, they're doing an amazing storyline with CMLL. They're a fantastic promotion. It's just good wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not a very complex storyline. It's not insane, but it's amazing, fantastic wrestling.
And then we had the mini matches that didn't really matter. Chris Jericho fought Connecticut.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho lost.
I'm
Guess what?
so
Stab. Like
I'm
the Don
so
Callis did.
done with Chris Jericho
Versus
fighting
Don
the Don Callis family.
I'm done with it too, dude.
I get
The
they
whole
have
point
to
was supposed to be
wait.
Kenny and him, and the Kenny
Yeah,
got
and
hurt,
Kenny
or
got
sick,
injured.
whatever you want to say.
Both,
Both,
to
yeah.
be fair.
Because he could have died.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But yeah, no. I think they just need to give the Don Callis family something to do. Put them up against,
have Takeshita go for the world title or something.
or put fucking the Don Callis family up against a low card fucking faction. Give them something to do. Have these like underdog low carders who are faces fight these like high card monsters.
All right, and then we'll jump back to this, but I want to jump to Collision real fast. You'll understand why.
Okay.
You'll understand. So on Collision, we had the CMLL guys again fighting.
Tag team match.
It was Moxley and Claudio.
Great tag team match.
They
Again,
won. Moxley and Claudio won, I think.
Yep. So far, AEW has won all the matches.
And then we hear they say we want to fight any damn tag team in the business. Blah blah blah. Out comes FTR, and FTR is looking for a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, top guys out.
And I think it's going to be a Revolution match.
Yep, big brawl to start off the night between Claudio and Moxley, between FTR and them.
Yeah. It was a good little brawl.
Good little brawl. Sets up, it's going to be Blackpool versus
and then
FTR. Meanwhile, the rest of AEW.
and then we get a
locker
promo.
room
And
try
then we
to
get a
stop
promo.
CMLL.
Yeah, and then we get a promo from Eddie, who says, "Danielson, you're an asshole. This Brian Keith kid just got a contract, and you came out and hogged the spotlight just to make me upset. So now I want to fight you at Revolution, and if you lose, you got to shake my fucking hand."
And he said, "There's nothing I make you hate more than having to shake the hand of someone you don't respect."
And that match is official for Revolution for the Continental Crown, which I can't believe they made that a damn title.
I don't know why they made it a title. It should have just been a champion. It should have been like that.
The
Owen Hart,
Owen Hart.
like just here you go, here's your championship, hang it up in your house, get the fuck out.
But
It's not an actual title, so we're up. Let's play. How many titles does AEW have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you don't know what those 5 is, trios, tag team, world, TNT, international, continental, women's,
Six, then.
women's,
There's a lot more. 5. There's like 7.
women's
or 8.
TBS.
There's 8.
And are we gonna count Ring of Honor? No. Okay. Then there's 8 AEW titles right now.
Not to mention, because they added that Continental title, I don't know if anyone's going to become a Grand Slam champion in that company for at least.
If they
A couple
don't
years.
stop adding titles,
Then no
they're
one's
gonna give me a fucking hernia.
I don't know if we'll ever get an actual.
I don't know why they added the Continental.
Oh, I know what they're going to add next.
What?
Women's tag titles. Since they don't have
That's
those
fine.
yet.
I'm cool with that. Go hire more women.
And then what happens when they bring women's trios titles? Like, no! Then you get a little.
That's when we're losing it a little bit. I get there are some good women's trios. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Anyway, but no, that's that. The Revolution match. We'll go through some Revolution matches real fast.
The triple threat for the world championship: Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson.
Diana Perazzo
Diana Perazzo, the virtuosa
versus
versus
Timeless Tony Storm.
Timeless Tony Storm.
That's 3. I think there's another match set, but I don't know exactly. Oh yeah, Roderick Strong versus Orange Cassidy for the international title.
Roddy Strong versus Orange Cassidy, but we all about the undisputed king.
And that's about so far. And I think the next match is going to be Christian Cage versus oh my god, I almost said it. Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland versus Christian
Or
Cage.
Daniel Garcia.
Well, Adam Copeland's going to
Daniel Garcia.
He's going to be the one.
Daniel Garcia.
All right, now let's jump back to Dynamite, where
Don't
Sting,
make me dance on you, bro.
where Sting and Darby Allin defeated Ricky Starks and Big Bill for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Only
In a tornado
in
tag
a
match.
tornado tag. Only to get attacked by the Young Bucks with their blood on, and then they go into Rampage with that same blood.
So
Blood, new theme song, everything.
the Bucks came out with baseball bats, beat the shit out of Sting, Darby. Darby died
His sons,
again.
Sting's sons.
Oh yeah, they just beat the shit out of Sting's sons. Just fuck those. Because y'all were there. It's on sight like that.
It's on site.
But no, they get jumped. They get the shit kicked out of them, and then they just leave. And then in a backstage interview, it's like, "Why would you do this?" Well, we had to teach Sting and Darby a lesson. And I get what Darby did. What the f did Sting and his kids do? All right,
Oh, wait. Big business.
big business.
Announcement that Tony Khan had on. This is
Big
why I wanted to
business.
do this. I wanted to talk about big business last. Big business was really interesting to me because Kazuchika Okada's probably going to show up. Mercedes
Ladies and
Moné's probably
gentlemen,
gonna show up.
I'll tell you
Go ahead.
everyone who's going to show up.
Go ahead.
Potentially, we have Kazuchika Okada, Will Ospreay, Mercedes Moné. We potentially have the return of Pac if he's healthy and ready.
MJF maybe.
Potentially MJF. We potentially have the in-ring return, as in he's no longer wearing a brace, not actually wrestling, of Adam Cole, baby.
Oh my God, we could also get maybe what's her name?
Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter, yeah. Or is she
Return of
still
Jamie
injured?
Hayter.
She might still be injured.
You never know. We could get the return of Dr. Britt Baker. We could have, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to paraphrase here, but we could have some big business.
But no, there's a lot of things that could happen on this pay-per-view, and we're going to be looking
Not a
forward to it.
pay-per-view.
Oh my God, I forgot. It's a special
It's
show.
the big show.
It's just a special show. Oh, I forgot. But okay,
I'm telling you, we're going to
go grab Isaac, and I'll start on this.
We're doing best.
Super Bowl 58.
You go get him. What the fuck?
All right, you talk about something then.
I'll talk about the Super Bowl.
You go
I'll
ahead.
talk about the Super Bowl from not a super big Chiefs fan's perspective.
You go ahead. I'll
You
be back.
fucking biased bastards. Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Bowl just happened last night. It was a very close matchup, in my opinion, between the Chiefs and the Niners. And honestly, if you're smart, you know it was also very close. Don't get me wrong, rooting for the Chiefs, but the Chiefs could have lost at any moment. 49ers are actually really good. They have the best offensive player in the league. They were kicking ass, taking names. So, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, the Chiefs may have won this Super Bowl, but they might not win the next. They might get a three-peat if you let them. Now I'm going to let the biased guys take over because they're super biased. They're super biased. They're super biased.
All right.
Am I getting kicked out for the
No,
bias?
no, you're actually staying.
Why's that?
Or I mean, you can just sit right in the chair here, but you're staying. You can bring in your comments that you mentioned, I guess.
Yeah, sure. That's because that's going to go great against YouTube bias.
Oh, by the way, we're not going to talk about the basketball standings. We don't have time. So that's that. But
Well,
me and Isaac,
I'm still here. I'm just over here.
Yeah.
You can all still hear me, I imagine.
yeah, they can. All right, so Isaac, how do you want to start with the Super Bowl?
Back to back.
Yeah, back to back, baby.
Barely.
It was a very good game. We're actually going to go through the quarters real fast. Also in Las Vegas, and I think Collision was in Las Vegas, right? Yeah, I think or it was near. It was near Las Vegas. It wasn't in Las Vegas.
No, it was. Well, it was in Nevada.
Yeah.
So it was near Las Vegas. It was very close.
Yeah. But anyway, Super Bowl. First quarter was mid. Wasn't it like 3-0? Oh yeah, no one scored in the first half. We're gonna get a visitor here. But no, we had 0-0 in the first quarter. Pretty interesting things. I think what was CMC fumbled the ball. CMC fumbled the ball, and the Chiefs got it. Didn't really do anything with it. Nothing really happened in the first quarter. Second quarter is when things started to pick up a little bit. Jake Mooney kicked a 55-yard field goal and made a new record as the longest field goal in NFL history in the Super Bowl. So that was interesting. Then we head into the trick play that got him the touchdown, which was pretty cool. What was it? What was the name? Jawan Jennings threw a touchdown pass to CMC, and then they were up 10-0, and everyone's like, oh my God, the Chiefs are going to lose. How many times have we been down 10 points in the Super Bowl? 4. But no. Anyway, no. We went and kicked a field goal, going into overtime. Overtime. What am I talking about? I'm talking about halftime. Oh my God. Halftime. Halftime performance was mid as hell.
Mid.
I'm sorry. Usher did good. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing. It was mid. Good for Usher though. He got his big time moment. After halftime, we came back out, scored a field goal, a 57-yard field goal, taking Mooney's record away immediately.
Yeah.
Bye, Mooney. Your record's gone. Moody? Am I saying Moody? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Moody. His record's gone. Off the record books. So then made it to 10. I think that was the end of the third quarter, 13-10. And then we go into the fourth quarter. This is where it gets just pretty good. 13-10. They go down and score another touchdown, but we blocked their extra point, which I think that was crucial, and that's why we even had a chance to win the game. Then we blocked their extra point, then we go down and kick a field goal, so it's tied 16-16. Then they go down and kick a field goal. We go down and kick another field goal going into overtime. And this is where the new overtime rules come into play. And these idiots decided to say, you know what? We want the ball. Go ahead. They wanted the ball. They went down and didn't score. So now you guys look like clowns because you settled for 3 instead. Like, we'll stop them. They didn't stop us.
They did not.
They did not stop. On 4th and 1, you thought the game was over? Nope. Patrick Mahomes runs it himself. Bro was acting like Lamar out there. I'm telling you. But no, it was pretty good. And I do think that the Chiefs are a really great team. say that we did much else, but you know, it is what it is. But no, that's all for that. We won 25-22, and we won the Super Bowl back to back. We're looking for 3-peat. Anything you want to add on that? All right. I think it's the end of the podcast for today. Super Bowl is done, so no more football for a while, sadly. I do know that we will have football in a couple months, or football UFL in a couple of weeks. Yeah, so that's that, and we will next week. You and Mason might do hot takes.
Thanks.
All right. See y'all in the next podcast. Thank you.